Hey, what is up, my friends? BoArtTakeOver back with another action figure review. That's right, BoArtTakeOver is back. Who? Oh, you know, BoArtTakeOver. So I had to take a little break to focus on work, catch up on some side projects, and nothing's changed on that front. I'm still pretty busy, still working on trying to bring you guys the best content I could possibly bring you, but I got time today, so let's get into it. Mr. Magneto, the latest offering from Mafex. I'm super excited to have this guy. Honestly, I'm surprised that he was in stock as quickly as he was. You know, I thought Mafex was just going to be a Mafex about it. I had a date the other day and she Mafexed me. But so far, this figure's looking pretty good. Let's check out the height. He stands about 6.5 inches. Woo, Mafex, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? Wow. Man, when it comes to the X-Men that Mafex is offering, it's like they can't miss. Strike! Guy, he looks pretty good. Top to bottom, man. He's got pretty good sculpt work all around. I don't know if these legs are from like the Superman that they released or the Batman, but they look pretty good. Focusing on the legs. Some subtle type of looks like a light type of metallic purple, you know, on certain parts of his clothes, you know, the underwear, the gloves, and then it's a little more pronounced when it gets to like the design on the helmet and the design on this little collar piece, which looks pretty good.
Fortune the future for mutant.
Everything is painted fairly decent. It's not too much as far as you know, defects really. And this cape, I mean, it is kind of frumpy, you know, they still got the frumpy thing going on with their figures with the wired capes, but honestly, I'm not complaining. His cape looks pretty good. The material feels good. What is this, like nylon? What is that, velvet? You can get this cape in some pretty good poses. A pretty good wire. There isn't any wire on the bottom of it, you know, so some people might have an issue with that, but yeah, he looks pretty good. There's some shading going on. You probably can't pick it up on the camera, but he's got a little bit of shading on his arms and his legs. Not so much around the torso, but like the back of the legs has some shading going on with it. You probably see a little better from there. And his back has some shading, just like real subtle. There is some shading on the hair, and the hair is soft. It's got a little flex to it, which is pretty good. Be careful you don't want to bend that around too much. It might kind of just separate a little bit. But the back of the hair is actually a harder type of plastic. So, I mean, it's got a little bit of flex to it, but it's not as soft as the front. Taking a look at the face, this looks good. Let's see if I can zoom in. It's a pretty good face. See, the eyebrows even got a different color for the eyebrows drop brushed into it. The eyes are done pretty good. The sculpt is done pretty good. The teeth look good. The nose looks good. This guy looks pretty good. Good. Quick look at Magneto's accessories. He's got 2 fist hands that comes with straight out of the package. One of them I will unfortunately have to locate it as I've lost it. But he comes with 2 fist hands straight out of the package and those look good. 2 splayed out hands. Magnetism hands. Energy effect hands. And these look pretty good. I don't know why, but I always associate like magnetism type of powers like as purple. You know, maybe it's just from playing the game so much, but and that's just the light kind of throwing off the color, but these look pretty good. It's got a slight flex at the end of it, just a little soft, and this is hard plastic. I see the hand inside of it. I wouldn't try to remove this. They look pretty cool. Regular hands all come with these rods to make it easier to swap out the hands. Thank you. He comes with a helmet by itself, and that's awesome they thought of that. Swapping out the head was pretty difficult. It's a really tight fit, and the first time I popped it off, the collar came off with the cape. It's just a little tab that kind of tabs in through the chest, and there is no tab for the back in case you were wondering about that. But yeah, so the tab popped out, and I was just going to keep it like that in case I wanted to, like, you know, just have some fun with the guy, but you know, the collar just started moving all over the place, so I ended up gluing it back in, so it looks all right. But yeah, be mindful of that. You might incur that problem as well. He also has this head, which it looks pretty good. I'm not sure the significance or where it's from, or you know, if it's like he's possessed or anything like that, or maybe he was just drawn like that, but it looks pretty good. It's just a regular face, white eyes, good sculpt work. Looks alright. And he also comes with an unmasked head, the Moneymaker. I think Mafex did a pretty good job with this guy. He looks great. Good sculpt work, nice strong features. Come on, focus. Yeah, that looks great. The head sculpt reminds me of, like, I don't know, like an aristocrat or something like that. You know, he's probably a real gentleman with the ladies.
Oh, I had a real good time in that Magneto. Where you gonna take me next?
Netflix and chill, sweetheart. Netflix and chill.
You have your classic Mafex stand still in the package.
Roll call. You cannot defeat me, Logan. Hoptic glass.
Kicking it off with some size comparisons. Here we have him next to the SH Figuarts Ken and the Revoltech Gambit. Next, here we have him next to your Figma Lancer and your Marvel Legends Wolverine. Here we have him next to the V-Toys Figure Body Zero. I love this figure. And we have him next to the event exclusive Storm Collectibles Dimitri from Darkstalkers. Next, here we have him next to the NECA Donatello figure and your Mythic Legions figure. Next, here we have him next to your Mafex Cyclops figure and your Marvel Legends Rogue figure. And the size difference between these two, it's not that bad. You can kind of fudge it in photos. Plus, he's got the drop-down leg method, which we'll cover soon on the articulation. So that's not that bad. You can kind of make it work. And last but not least, here we have him next to your DC Collectibles Catwoman figure and your Kotobukiya Zero model kit. And now for the articulation. Alright, so if you have the Mafex Cyclops and the Mafex Batman and Superman, his body kind of moves the same. Of course, you can't get as much range with the head because of how the hair is sculpted. But let me see if I can show you what's going on right here. Right there. That's about as far up as he can look. Which, I mean, it's not bad. It's alright. You know, so yeah, that's alright. There's two joints, one at the lower neck and he has one at the top. I'm gonna just show you how both of those can function. So he goes down about that much. And that is not bad. That will work. Not bad at all. He's got some attitude. That's using both of those joints. It's all pretty stiff. He's got a full rotation, but you got to be mindful of the hair. So if you move the hair out the way, you can kind of get his head to, you know, spin all the way around and such. For the arms, you can get these bad boys out about... Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm kind of surprised this other one went a little further. That might be the breaking point, so I'd be mindful about all that. But yeah, man, this guy can hit the T-pose, no problem. He can hit the Y-pose. The rotation right here at the shoulder, which goes back and forth. Decent range for that. Bicep swivel. Double jointes for the elbows. He's got a hinge for the hands. He get his arms forward about that much. So that's actually pretty good.
Yo, I'm about to spit something.
The ab croissant. He can go forward about... Yeah, buddy. So he can go forward about that much. So that is pretty good. That'll do, pig. That'll do. His legs do have the drop down motion, which is shown on a lot of Mafex figures. So they come down. You can get his leg up. Good grief, Magneto? Player? Got a double joint for the knee. You get his legs out about that far, but I mean, that's about as much as you're gonna need for Magneto. Got yourself a thigh swivel right there, which works, functions pretty good. Toe hinge right there. You have a hinge for the foot. Go up about that much. Back about that much. You have you a rocker. So that's good. You can get a great side-to-side motion. I forgot to mention that. He's got a... Look at that. Magneto. So final thoughts on this figure, man. I think Mafex did a pretty good job. As I mentioned, with their X-Men figures, man, it's like they can't miss. This figure, look at him. He looks great. Look at that length for the cape, the wiring. Man, this figure looks pretty good, and he's going to have some definite shelf appeal once you get him on your shelf. Even though Magneto is mostly in vanilla type poses, you get the best of both worlds as far as the Mafex look goes and the articulation. You ever sometimes be messing around with your figures and you put them in that one pose and you just be looking at them and it kind of make you giggle just a little bit. Involuntarily, of course. There is a little bit of looseness as far as the ankles go, which makes him hard to stand a little bit. He keeps falling over, so that is a little disappointing. You got to kind of counterbalance it, you know, so that sucks. But the rest of his joints is actually pretty tight. I'm digging the sculpt work. I'm glad that they put some shading in it. It's nice to see some figures with some shading in it for once, especially considering the prices that we paying for these things these days. The accessories, he's got a good amount of accessories. I do like his heads and all that. Those look pretty good. He's got a good amount of hands. I do kind of wish he came with more energy effects though, just like something else. Ultimately, Mafex, they did an awesome job and I would recommend this figure. I'm excited to see what else they put together. For the articulation, I would give him an 8.9. For the look, I give him a 9. For the accessories, 8.5. Quality, 8.9. And the final verdict, I give him a 9. Alright, so that's my video. If you guys like what you saw, do me a favor and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more content. Until then, I catch y'all on the next one.